Hey, what's up, everybody? Bro Trio here, and I have finally 100%ed Pikmin 4, so now y'all have to hear me talk about it. Getting into Pikmin 4, I had so much hype going into this game, and I was equally, let down and let up. I don't know what the phrase would be, but I liked it just as much as I did. Well, no, I liked it way more than I disliked it. But there were a few things that just kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So, in typical Bro Trio powwow fashion, we are going to do the negatives first and then close out with the positives, and on the good note. So, the biggest negative I have for Pikmin 4, and I have stats to back these up, because Nintendo released Pikmin 1 and 2 prior to Pikmin 4 coming out on the Switch. So now I have Pikmin 1, 2, 3, 4 on the Switch, which is amazing. It's just great to see the tiles on my Switch home. Like, it is amazing. But it gives me a frame of reference for this, because Pikmin 4 is not just easy, but it is oppressively easy. Because it's so easy. Like, all the enemies have seemingly a very low health pool, or just extremely low defense, because you can kill them all in a few seconds, and that's it. But it's also, I think, due to the onion capacity limit, because in this one you can't just have 100 Pikmin from the jump. You gotta upgrade your onion with Flarlick to get 10 more Pikmin. Yeah, it's Flarlick. But every Flarlick you get 10 more Pikmin for your capacity. So I think you start with 20, and then you get 1, you get 30, and so on until you get 100. But it's just weird. It was ultra spicy mode in Pikmin 3 that limited you to 60 Pikmin for the day. And that actually made it easier, because you didn't lose as many Pikmin as you would if you had the whole 100 out. You don't have 40 other Pikmin to look out for. So them I guess, I don't know if they actually found out this is actually easier than spicier. But, them doing that naturally, they say it's for Pikmin, do it for conservation and everything, but, I don't know. It was so easy. Here's my stats. Pikmin 4. No, I'll start with Pikmin 1. And also, I'll say Pikmin 4 is by far the longest campaign of all the Pikmins. That's a positive you're getting early. But I have my playtime, my Pikmin dead count. So Pikmin 1 was 6 hours. In that 6 hours, I killed 1,431 Pikmin. That's a decent chunk.
Yeah, that's a lot.
Pikmin 2, more than double that. We have 28 hours, but I only lost 1,593. 300 of that was from the water wraith. And then Pikmin 3 was 13 hours, much less than Pikmin 2, and much less Pikmin loss, because I only lost 736 Pikmin. Pikmin 4 took me 45 hours to beat.
Oh,
damn.
Yeah, that's a long Pikmin game.
To complete, 100%, or to beat?
100%. All these are 100%.
Okay.
I only lost 858 Pikmin the whole time. If it's double the length of 2, and I have lost, it's half of my Pikmin 2 loss. there is, I'm not saying
it's pretty close.
I want Pikmin to be dead, but I want more Pikmin to die.
Yeah, the death to hour ratio is way off.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's also good thing the Pikmin don't die, because you can't propagate them nearly as easily, because enemies, once you kill them, they're dead. They don't come back.
They do eventually.
No.
Really?
No,
not at all.
Don't, not that I've seen, at least. I killed everything in the Sun Speckled Terrace. The first place you start, I beat the game, and I was like, it's been a while since I've been here. Let me go murder something.
I thought that for sure they did. I guess I stumbled across new ones later.
It is barren. Like, there's not a single soul there to murder.
So the strawberry moon doesn't rise and, like, bring them all back?
And I wish that was it. That would be so funny. So yeah, permadeath on enemies is a big one that kind of sucks. Unless I'm just missing something, let me know. I'll go back and like get 9,999 Pikmin of every type.
And to me, that is somewhat of a pro, I think.
That everything dies.
Well, I like
propagate.
I like Pikmin more for the exploration and the puzzles than the combat.
I mean, yeah, but like sometimes you gotta, if you're running low on Pikmin, you gotta go find something to get it.
That is a cool feeling, but sometimes the combat is part of the puzzle too.
Yeah.
So that's just weird if they never come back.
Yeah, you always get the pellet posies, which are
I've done.
That's good, but
I think I've done all of whatever you said, Lookout Landing, whatever you called it.
Sunspeckled Terrace.
Sunspeckled Terrace. I was close. But I think I've 100%ed that, but I thought I found enemies I'd killed before, but I might have just found new ones I hadn't found yet.
So next negative is there's not really that much elemental puzzles in it. Like, there's a few gates and stuff like electric gates. There's new frost gates that only Ice Pikmin can deal with. It's mainly just a bunch of gates and then the geysers. There's elemental geysers for everything. Like, there's water geysers, fire geysers. There's little, like, electric nodes that'll just zap shit. And then there's frost geysers. But there's no, like... Okay, so there's always crystal walls, electric gates, frost gates, dirt walls. That's it. Like, I wanted the... Like, in Pikmin 3 is the only one that did it. But, like, when you have to complete the line of electric Pikmin to light them up, like the light bulbs, that was the coolest shit ever. Like, it was so cool. But there's no real... Nothing like that in Pikmin 4, which was kind of disappointing. There's also very little bosses that let you actually know it's a boss. Like, a lot of the caves have them, but not everyone does, which is weird, because in Pikmin 2, every single cave had a boss. But this one is just, some caves just don't have bosses. Like, you're just done at some point, and that's it.
Yet again, that's part of what I didn't like about Pikmin 2.
I like the bosses. Boss fights are awesome.
I just thought it was too many. That was the main thing.
I mean, there were a lot of repeats and everything, but like just something like, I mean, the crusted rum pup, you only fight twice times. That's it. The crusted rum pup, okay? The scorpion thingy from the trailer.
Oh.
But like, dumbest name. So you fight... I'm gonna say it again. You fight the crusted rum pup and one time to like unveil a new base, and then you fight him again in like the final dungeon. But that's it. And like, I don't know. I just wanted more, like maybe an elemental rum pup or something like that. It was a cool one because like you had to like he's got a hairy tail and you gotta throw a bunch of Pikmin on his tail. And they weigh him down and then like slap him into the ground and then you go attack his face.
I don't know if I
really
fought that one yet.
But yeah, there were just like a lot of weird bosses. Not really many new bosses either. Like Rumpup was a good one, but he's one of few. Like there's a lot of Snagrets and Bulblaxes, Empress Bulblax, Emperor Bulblax is now the Sovereign Bulblax, which is the final boss of Pikmin 1.
Also the final boss of Mass Effect.
Because originally the Bulblax of Pikmin 1 was the final boss, and then Pikmin 2 he got... You know, he was just a boss. But now there's a big one. And he's big, he's mad, and he'll scream and, like, send terror through your Pikmin, but...
I just want to fight a full-size man.
Yeah. No, you don't get to fight them.
There's a bunch of Pikmin dragging this dude.
But yes,
stuck up in
it was just a weird, like, amount of bosses. Now, I will say, one of the best bosses in the franchise, just from aesthetics, was the Groovy Longlegs. Because it is the daddy long legs, the big old spiders, but it's a disco ball. And it has a unique status effect because it's disco party time and the Pikmin know it. So he starts that disco ball and the Pikmin get caught up with boogie fever and then they won't listen to you.
Is the best thing I've ever heard.
It was amazing. But it's right at the beginning of the game.
I want to play this right after this.
That's awesome.
And then
I've barely gotten into it. So I need to get more into it.
The other weird thing is like, okay, I'll say this one first because the next one's big and I'll be on it for a while. But all the side missions basically just give you money, which is like the raw materials. You use them to build bridges and buy shit. Like it's kind of like Elden Ring, where you use the light currency for everything.
Yes, Pikmin and Elden Ring are just so often compared.
Every time. But every mission, like side mission, except one, that's all they give you. Like towards the end, I'm like, I built every structure and bought everything. I don't need any of this. And then one mission out of all of them, all 50 damn people you save, one of them gives you a mission that gives you an item. And that's it.
50 people? Oh my god.
I told you, it's 45 hours. There's a lot.
This is a tourist hotspot.
And it's just the lineup whistle from Pikmin 1 and 2, which got better because it's now the charge whistle. But, I mean, it's cool that you can do it, but still kind of dumb. And then, this is the part I really don't like as much. Like, it's got me in my feelings because I don't like it, but I can see it not being that bad, but it is, I don't know. It's not Pikmin 4. It's like a weird reboot / retelling / alternate universe of Pikmin 1.
Oh.
Like, it's so weird because Olimar lands and you play as him in the prologue and he's talking about Pikmin, but he's talking about him like it's the first time he's seen Pikmin. And
I assumed you were just finding his old notes from way back.
No, it's so weird. And like Louie shows up and he talks about Louie. He's like, yeah, that's the guy I work with. Not, yeah, we came here to get treasure a few years ago. Like, he's just like, yeah, this is a weirdo I work with. But like, and then this is the final nail in the coffin that really makes it just a reboot or whatever. Because, okay, so Olimar and Louie are from Hocotate. Hocotato, whatever you call it. I don't know how to pronounce it. But then all the other people from Pikmin 4 they're from multiple other planets. Like, it doesn't really get into it. It's not like a plot point or anything. I'm just not gonna go into that. But
that's weird.
The final nail in the coffin that really makes it a reboot. Ooh, this makes me mad. But Pikmin 3, Alf, Brittany, and Charlie are all from planet Kopai.
Yeah.
Now, there's another trio from planet Kopai, also colored blue, pink, and green, shaped the exact same way Alf, Brittany, and Charlie are shaped, with the same personalities and temperaments, but they are not Alf, Brittany, or Charlie. It's the weirdest shit. Like, it's so weird.
Can they just be three separate people?
They're just they don't look the exact same, but they look kind of like.
Oh,
why does that mean? Okay, but why does that mean it's a reboot? Couldn't they just be different people?
I mean, they could be. I guess it doesn't have to be a reboot, but it's weird that they don't reference any of the other Pikmin games. Alright, let's pause here really quick because I did some post-filming research and did find out a little bit extra. So, York, the blue Kopite in Pikmin 4 is actually Alf's older brother if you look into it and everything. So that's a little bit of a like tie together. But it also kind of says that Kopai is on the brink of like dropping into hunger, so I don't know if it's before the placement or what, and I'm kind of going crazy trying to figure out Pikmin plot placement. Also, Scotty is about to kind of blow my mind and make me question reality if Pikmin ever references itself, but yes, it does. In Pikmin 3, when you save Olimar and get like the secret Olimar log, he does say it's his third time here. So yes, Pikmin does reference itself, and they don't reference it in Pikmin 4, which is weird. I stand by it.
Did they in the others?
Yes! Well, maybe. I think so.
Because I don't think 3 mentioned much. It was just like, oh, Olimar's been here. this guy's Olimar, and then it's Louie, and he takes all your
3
juice.
had like... Oh, no. 3 had references. Well, kind of. It's in Pikmin 3, too. But Olimar... Like, you find it, there's like a snow sculpture of the president with the stupid nose and mustache that Olimar made when you're trying to find him. But I don't know if it actually did. Now that you say it, that's shattering my entire universe.
So is it as much of a reboot as they do every time with Star Fox? How, like, every Star Fox is a reboot? Or could it be like, maybe sort of reboot, but maybe not?
Maybe sort of reboot, maybe not. But all signs and everybody else on the internet seems to agree with me that it's like kind of a weird ass reboot. Like, it's odd.
That is weird.
A lot of people like it. I didn't really care for it that much. It's just weird. Like, it's like in Tears of the Kingdom, how they don't mention Breath of the Wild is odd. Like, mention the past games in Pikmin 4, especially when you went out of your way to make Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 available on the Switch prior to Pikmin 4. Like, I wasn't expecting, like, a monumental, like, narration, like, I gotta keep track of what happened in Pikmin 1, 2, and 3 to know what goes on in 4. They made it seem like something was gonna be, like, kind of tying in with them. But nothing really. Like, it's just kind of there. It's
It is kind of weird, because, like, in previous games, like, Olimar saved his planet because of all the Pikmin stuff.
And he saved his company.
Oh.
The Copites saved their planet.
Yeah, the Copites saved the planet.
Yeah. Which, that's the other thing, is, I forgot about that. The Copi that are there, they're talking about, someone says something about how much they breed. And if their world keeps going at that population increase, they will run out of food. Exactly what happened in Pikmin 3.
Maybe it's just a second expedition.
It could be. They might have exhausted it
Or
already.
they breed so fast that they're already through all that juice.
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, no, because they were going to plant it, right?
Yeah, they harvested seeds from them too, but
maybe it didn't work.
I don't know. It's just weird.
They need to juice a Game Boy Advance and drink that.
Yeah, but that's my last.
I don't know.
Negative.
I haven't beat it yet, so it's just like I don't know. It's just weird.
Moving on to the positives, the Stone of Advancement, like Scotty mentioned, is a big one because the funny names are back, and it's not just fruits this time. So that was a nice call back, like. Welcome back to the series, because like we had the funny like treasure names in Pikmin 2, which side note, it's kind of odd that they took the product placement out of that for Switch, because the batteries are just regular batteries, they're not Duracell anymore.
Copper top, baby, Duracell or bust.
But yeah, so the funny names are back, and you get to see them all at the end of the day. It's weird that they don't just like do I don't know, I kind of prefer it this way. Like, you just gather them and then move on with your day. There's not a cutscene or anything like in the past games.
Oh.
But another very small positive that's kind of awesome is there's a character creator this time. It's like making the Mii's halfway-ish, not even halfway, like a fourth of the way through the game. You get a stylus rescue that you can edit your look, so don't be worried if your man looks like hot garbage and then you hate him. Like, but because you can change it. But very funny Easter egg. All the rescue like people are made from that editor, so you can make them. And if you go up and talk to them, they have individual dialogue. They're just like, "Oh, you look just like me. What the f***?"
Oh my god.
Verbatim. That is what they say.
Pikmin cussing.
But it's just a weird, funny Easter egg that you can do that. So, the two biggest ones for Pikmin 4, you already know what they are. It's new Pikmin. Ice and Glow Pikmin are amazing. Ice Pikmin are almost like easy mode. Like, they're very overpowered because they can just freeze stuff. It stops attacking. But there is a downside.
Yeah, I kind of don't like it.
Because, well, it's also the best side. Because there's a lot of caves in this. So you don't need the carcass. Because if they kill the animal while it's frozen, there is no carcass. It just shatters and it's nectar now. So you don't get the carcass for
I forgot
propagation.
It was nectar, so that could be good.
But keep in mind, like I said, there's permadeath for the animal. So if you freeze everything on the surface, like that's gonna really hurt your propagation numbers. But if you do it in caves, that's the where to do it, because then you can bloom all your Pikmin, get better like speed, and I think it's just speed. But still useful.
I thought they don't get stronger.
I don't know if they get stronger.
Is that just Smash Brothers?
It might be just Smash Brothers.
Wow.
But ice Pikmin are awesome. Glow Pikmin are really cool. Like the
Ice Pikmin
the whole nighttime aspect is like Pikmin meets tower defense. Sounds like a very odd mashup, but it's very fun.
And I haven't gotten to the nighttime stuff yet, but Ice Pikmin are great. They're my cute little guys, and they freeze my waters.
Ice Pikmin, yeah, and, freezing water, that's an awesome, like, elemental, like,
I think design-wise, my favorite is still flying. I love flying Pikmin.
Flying Pikmin are cute as shit.
Yeah.
White Pikmin are cool, and then I've always liked the rock Pikmin, too. They look
I like the rock one.
They look even better in this one. Like, they have, like, a cool, like, sheen to their rock edges. Like, they look like obsidian. Ooh. And, like, you can see, like, the streaks where, like, the rock broke around them. It's really cool. But Glow Pikmin, not only at nighttime.
Oh, really?
Because at nighttime, or depending on how many Glow Pikmin you propagate, because you gather, like, the little star bits, and then you take them back to the Trick Knoll, or the Luminol, which is their little anthill, and you just get Glow Pikmin. But Glow Pikmin don't go idle, which is cool. They are, I don't know why they didn't just call them Ghost Pikmin, because they're just ghosts. But, like, if they're doing a task, once they're done, they'll just teleport back to you. It's cool.
That is cool.
You can also charge them up like you can Ochi. You can do a fucking Kamehameha of Glow Pikmin where you shoot them, it stuns the monster, and then that energy ball turns into the Glow Pikmin and they swarm it.
Oh my god!
That was in the trailer, right?
It's awesome.
I forgot about that if it was. Like,
yeah.
Jesus.
So
it looked awesome.
Yeah, it was very cool. You also, depending on how many you get and how well you do at the nighttime mode, you get glow seeds. You can use them in nighttime mode. If you don't feel like gathering star bits, you can just toss them and get a lot of Pikmin. I had to do that a few times. Or if you're in caves, you can toss the seeds and get glow Pikmin in the caves, but they can't come out of the caves. Glow Pikmin in the caves and at nighttime too. They're just wild Pikmin. Like, they can do fire, they can do water, electricity, poison, they can do it all. They can't do, well, they can't be rocks or heavy like the purple Pikmin, but yeah. But Glow Pikmin are really cool, very versatile, and I did use them both at night and in the caves. It was very cool. So we talked about the night missions being awesome and tower defense-y. Because you got to defend the anthill, otherwise you lose. And there's upgrades to items, like we already talked about the onions and the Flarlick, but you also get like the cool items you normally find in like Pikmin 2 and 3, but this time you just buy them, which is kind of better, but kind of worse. Like, I like finding more stuff, but at the same time, if I'm finding 50 people and all the treasures and all the caves and stuff, it might get a bit much, but I mean, it's more Pikmin, so it would have been awesome. But yeah, you just upgrade your shit, so you get better like armor, like you get the charge horn right out of the gate. Like, you don't start with it, which is weird, but it's what you gotta buy first. And it's just cool to have some upgrades. You also get items, like bomb rocks are now item based, like you don't have to find them in the hole and cool. Have the Pikmin carry them the whole time. Now you can just chuck them at like enemies, so you can dismiss all your Pikmin, then just go chuck bomb rocks at something. There's also ice rocks that blow up and freeze them. You can
that sounds cool.
Randomly could like summon the power of Thor and call down a lightning bolt to stun them. Yeah, you don't act. It's not like Thor's hammer or anything. You just do a lightning bolt. But all of this is because of the Dandori Battles. Because Dandori is the word that basically means splitting up your group to get all your shit done faster than doing it one by one by one. Like, you gotta split up everything, get it all done, like Pikmin style. And Dandori Battles are a challenge mode that's like weaved into the game story, which is really cool because Dandori challenges, you just have a time limit, and the faster you get shit done, the better you rank. And it's really cool, really fun to do. But Dandori Battles are where the powers come in, because now it's like Pikmin mixed with Mario Kart, because you get powers and you can fuck up your other people. So like you get the lightning bolt power and you call down a lightning bolt on like Leafling Olimar that's trying to like Dandori battle you. Or there's like a teleport away one where you like they're doing something, they just teleport to a random spot. Or there's one that you just gain 10 glow Pikmin or something like that. It's really cool, really interesting. I really like the Dandori battles, but weirdly they are, even when you play single player, when it's just you versus Leafling Olimar, it's split screen. So I'm watching him the whole time. Like, I mean, kind of necessary to see like what he's doing, I guess.
Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
I would have liked the option to do full screen because it was kind of weird going to like only looking at half the screen, but it was fine. Not that big of a deal. And then, by far, the biggest content ever for Pikmin that I mentioned earlier. Now we're going to get really into that. We got the story with treasures and rescues and caves that house both of them. You have the rescues, sometimes they're a Leafling. We'll talk about that more later because it's kind of awesome, but if they are a Leafling, you got to cure them. How do you cure them? You do the nighttime mission modes to get the glow sap. And then you cure them from being a Leafling.
That's cool.
So it all just like...
I thought it was just the doctor, because they kept talking about the doctor.
You have to get the doctor to unlock night mission mode. And then, oh man. Big negative, real quick, I f***ing hate Yonny. Like,
is that the
that's
doctor?
the doctor. I don't know why. His voice is so annoying to me. It's just like...
I don't know why I called him that.
Very odd, soft, ear-grating voice, and I hate him. And he's a weirdo and a creep.
Does he have like a long nose on his helmet to look like a plague mask? Or...
No.
Oh man.
His hat looks like, or his hair looks like a beanie. Like, it's weird.
Oh, that
God,
sounds like weird hair.
He is weird. I hated him. But yeah, it's just cool that like one thing leads into a side mission, that leads into another side mission, and it just keeps going. And it's structured very well, like that you can choose what to do, but it still like incentivizes you to do some things first, but you can just let the Leaflings sit there if you want. But it's cool to do the nighttime mode to kind of break up.
Can you be one with the leaves if you want?
Yes, actually. Because if you rescue enough Leaflings, you can go to the stylist and you unlock Leafling Mode, where it's not mode, it's a skin. But
you can just look like
you can just look like a Leafling. Like you have no helmet, you can pick the leaves, you have multiple eyes that you can pick from. Some of them have 4 eyes. I don't know why. It's weird. Like all the Leaflings.
Do they still have 4 eyes when you fix them?
No.
Oh.
They don't even have glasses. That's what I was expecting, was the 4 eyes and glasses, but it's not that. Leaflings also, if whatever the color their leaves are, that's what color their hair will be. If you want to know what their hair is going to look like. But yeah, you can pick like your leaf colors and stuff. Only downside is like you can't pick different body shapes. Like I want to be the tiny Olimar body with leaves, but you can only be the big beefy guy with leaves. That's it.
Huh.
Are you a big beefy guy?
No, I'm this weird, apathetic Olimar-looking guy that looks like weird Olimar Alf. So I named him Dalmondo to stick with the dog theme. And then there's another person named after a Dalmatian.
So are you just...
You just look like
confused.
a Leafling.
If you do Leafling style, you're just big now?
Yeah. Well, Silas, you change like your body type and everything. Like it's just character creator. Like you don't change like.
But you can't be a Leafling and small.
Right.
That's so weird.
I know.
Because there are small Leaflings.
Right. Well, it's really only Olimar. All the other Leaflings look the same. But
okay.
Still. But yeah. So eventually you fight Olimar one last time in a Dandori final battle.
Is it in a black hole?
No,
Oh.
it's just in like a room. It was in a safe.
Just in like a shoe.
But yeah, you do that, and then you beat the game, and that's it. But then you get the biggest, meatiest ass post game like in recent memory, because it really seems like they rolled credits in the middle of the game, because like post game you get so much stuff. So number one, post game you cure Olimar. Olimar's cured.
That's post game content.
Yes.
Well, I guess that's kind of the same with Kirby, like with the lion guy, but
Yeah. But and then now you have Olimar's story. So you can recount Olimar's story, which is Pikmin 1 reimagined, where you basically just go to the first 2-3 stages. Now you have 15 days to get all of Olimar's parts instead of 30, like in Pikmin 1. But it's just kind of retelling of Pikmin 1. Kind of cool. You only have red, yellow, and blue Pikmin. There was a really cool like little side mode. You also get the Ultimate Dandori Challenge, which is a side cave in the like town area. You basically start a town, but it is by far the hardest thing, and it has so much good rewards in it. So it's 10 levels of Ultimate Dandori Challenge, and they are hard. Like, this is one of the hardest things I had done in all of Pikmin. It took me like 2-3 days to finish it. But the rewards are worth it, because at level 5, you get the white jewel, which is a white onion. So you can propagate white Pikmin above ground. Level 10, you get the purple onion. So then you can do purple Pikmin.
That's
it's
exciting.
amazing. So
well, damn.
fully get to use white and purple Pikmin however you want, wherever you want, and propagate them how you want. It was amazing. And then we also have more lore about the Leaflings, which was cool, because Leaflings were kind of like Origami King, where Olimar is like, you skin having one, you need to embrace the leaves. And it was so
it's like
funny.
that damn movie. I swear, that one horror movie about the grass.
Oh, it's all just grass?
Yeah, that guy's like feeding the grass to people or whatever. He's like, it's just grass. This is what it reminds me of. It's just this horrible haunted grass.
Just a weird grass cult.
But here's the thing. Being a Leafling has positive effects. Because not only can you breathe the poisonous oxygen as a Leafling, but Olimar says at some point, he's like, yeah, I had bad back issues, but after I became a Leafling, I don't have any back issues.
Oh.
So he's cured of his back problems.
I think it's because he got remade when he got sucked up into the onion and spat out.
Maybe, I don't know.
I don't think he's the same Olimar that he was.
Yeah, maybe he's just a clone, but yeah, it seems like it might have some healing properties to be a Leafling.
So that's a good side business to start. You just like, hey, come be a zombie, and then I'll put some honey on you, and then you're cured.
Yeah.
Another positive, I already mentioned him once, but Louie is back, and he's more of a son of a bitch than ever.
Oh, is he actively evil this time?
Yes!
No, right? Really? Is he an active antagonist, not just a bumbling fool?
He is an active, well, kind of both, actually. Because the way they say it is, Olimar's just like, yeah, this is a dope-ass co-worker of mine came with me here. And they're just like, what is he doing? Because he keeps capturing people and, like, having the moss, the dog, the green dog, like, he drags them into the onion and spits them out, but they don't become Leaflings. And because Louie is just doing it. It turns out they were chugging on the glow sap before they were Leaflings, so they're immune to it. But he's just doing it, and Olimar's just like, I don't know. I told him to just watch what I do at work, and maybe he's doing what I did as a Leafling. Because Louie doesn't know what the hell he's doing. All he says is, leave me alone and food, and that's it.
Huh.
But, yeah, he's just kind of just actively being a son of a bitch, and, like, worse than Pikmin 3 Louie. Like, I don't know why he cracks me up so much, especially when his eyes go all bug-eyed and he gets mad. That's funny. One I haven't talked about much, but it's a big positive, is Ochi. Ochi's
awesome.
the dog. And I mean that I could end the sentence there and it'll be good. But Oshi can charge, he can drag stuff, he can swim, he can eat things. Like Oshi is awesome. Halfway through the game, Olimar's just like, yeah, I had Moss learn this technique, I could teach it to Oshi, and now instead of just dragging stuff, Oshi will swallow it and then yak it up at the spaceship. So
so you can like save an item for later.
Not for later, like he'll just eat it and then walk with it. So like he won't get distracted. It's faster, basically. Yeah. But he doesn't have to drag it. So he just eats it and then walks to the ship. So like you could watch him eat a whole ass cantaloupe in one gulp. And then vomit it up at the ship. It's hilarious.
If it's a small thing, can he eat more than one thing, or
no? It's one thing. But Oshi is upgradable, like the items and stuff we talked about. Like you
wish he was customizable.
I do wish he was customizable, because like you can make him carry up to 100 Pikmin's worth of stuff.
Oh wow,
strong boy. Oh, that's all I upgraded on him so far. I was like, we're getting to 100, baby.
You can make him do more damage when attacking, and then you can make him like jump in the air to attack flying stuff and charge stuff and swim. Like, there's a lot of cool stuff he can do. But, I just wish you had lost Oshi at some point. Like, okay.
Talking about, like, Fable 2 gets shot in the face by Lucy?
No, I'm talking about Super Mario Sunshine when you lose Flood. Like, those type of levels. Like, you're reliant on Oshi for a lot of it. So if you lost him for a few levels, like, I think that would be cool to, like, see how good you are without Oshi.
Louie steals him.
I mean,
it's just,
because
that's the game.
Oshi, if you put all the Pikmin on his ass and then charge into something, he charges into him, hits him, and then all the Pikmin fly off his ass onto the thing. So you can immediately do damage with the charge and stun them, and then hurl 100 Pikmin onto them at one time. So like, it's almost an insta-kill because of the low like health pool I talked about earlier. But, yeah, it's really cool, and it would have been awesome to not have him. Like, every now and then you get separated from him, but, I mean, he's still there. Like, you can still, like, you meet up with him and everything, but, like, it would have been cool to just not have him for a while, and then earn him back. Like, maybe, like, Louie captures him, and you have to go several days without Oshi. That would have been cool. But, probably one of my favorite things about it, and it's going to be the last thing I talk about. Okay, let's pause here again, because there's one other thing I wanted to mention that I forgot to when we were filming this, but this game has some pretty good music. It definitely has some standout tracks. Like, I don't know what it is, but the piano version of the title theme is just beautiful. Like, it gets me going, like, it gets me hype and chilled out all at the same time. It's a very odd feeling for me. Another big one is a very, very minor change, but the End of Day theme now has a bass track, and it just sounds so much better seeing your records with that like little thump of bass pumping it. And then I'm about to talk about this more in depth, but the ancient Sirehound theme, my god, you'll hear it here in a few minutes, but it is out of the blue, way different than Pikmin has ever done, and it is awesome, and I hope Pikmin continues to do this in Pikmin 5. Or Hey Pikmin 2. Because it's the last thing in the game. The final post-game dungeon is actually hard. It's awesome. It is a long cave. I think it's like 20 levels or something like that.
Dang.
It's a lot. And it's chocked full of bosses. Like, every single boss from the game is in there. Like, you fight the Crusted Rumpup again, as I mentioned.
That name.
You fight Empress Bullblacks, which is the big slug one that rolls over the Pikmin. But you fight her in a very small space that you can't escape from either side. Like, there's a wind geyser on each side, so you have to time it right where you attack her, then she's gonna roll her ass at you, and you gotta run to the wind and jump onto the other side of her. It's very hard, I ended up just letting my Pikmin sit at the entrance, and then I just kept her up with Ochi. Because he can't die. Like, because I could just feed him Scrummy Bones, and that'd be it. But, yeah, that one was very hard. You also fight 2 water wraiths at one time. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That was crazy. Granted, they're kind of, like, easier to fight now, because you have purple Pikmin with you a lot, but luckily I loaded up on them before I went in, but I almost didn't make it. And then it all culminates with the ancient Sirehound.
Jeez.
Because you beat Louie in Ultimate Dandori Battles, so then Moss is still loyal to Olimar. Olimar calls Moss back, and Louie's like, well, y'all, I'm gonna go find me a big old dog. And he finds the ancient Sirehound, who is like...
That's a cool name.
Is basically a better version of the boss from Pikmin 2. Because it starts out just a dog, and it's just like eating all your Pikmin and shit. Like, I couldn't make it the first time. Like, I had to come back, because like, I lost too many Pikmin to fight it accurately the first time. Like, I had like 5 Pikmin left. So I had to leave and come back. But when I come back, luckily you can pick your sub-level right from the get-go. Like, you don't have to go through all of them. Like, you can just pick level 20 or whatever. So I did that.
Oh, that's good.
And it made it a lot easier and more enjoyable, because Ancient Sirehound means business. Because he starts out like just a regular dog, and you're fighting him. You gotta like yank on his tail to like twirl him over basically and attack his underbelly. The first level, he just charged at you because he charges like the other dogs, like Ochi and them. Because he has the 2 legs like them too. But
I think it'd be funny if he just went and found a real ass dog, like you're fighting a Chihuahua.
Yeah, that would have been weird. But then the Sirehound, you beat him, and then he evolves. Like, now he's breathing fire. He's a fire Sirehound.
Fire sire.
So you beat that phase of him, and now he's electric. He's the electric Sirehound. Beat that phase, ice, and he's spreading ice all over the place. You beat that phase, ooh, and now he is the like Gloomhound, I guess you'd say. So y'all don't know about this probably, because I don't think y'all have fought him. But in Pikmin 1, there was a hidden boss called the Smoky Prog that is like a mutated Mamuda egg that is just like this weird Mamuda things that slap you in the ground.
Okay.
But it's this weird like green ghost glob with like red smoke at the bottom of it. If he runs into your Pikmin, they die. And in this one, they mainly show up in night missions, but there were some in the cave too. But Smoky Progs, like now they have like a attack. So they'll come at you, and if you're in their wake, you get dead. But they also like will shoot like a little beam, or like a little ball, and then it hits the ground, and it becomes like a circle. So you gotta jump over it with Ochi. But if that red shit hits you, your Pikmin die. And the Sirehound is now flying and doing that damage the whole time. So he's making like lines of gloom and flying all over the place. Now you gotta throw Pikmin up to hit his tail. Like, it's almost out of the reach of the purple Pikmin, but like you can get him if you're right under him. But it was hard and like very fun to fight like a weird like permadeath Smoky Prog dog. Like it's odd, but very fun. Pikmin 4, like I said, I liked a lot of it, and there were some I didn't like. It just sat weird with me, but I liked it a lot. Like, I would give it a solid 8 out of 10. Like, I love Pikmin. Pikmin 4 did not disappoint overall, but in some aspects, it kind of left me a little bit to be desired. But that's my thoughts on Pikmin 4. Let me know what you thought about it in the comments. Like, did you like it? Did you think it was weird how they tried to do the reboot thingy and it just pissed you off, or what? But let me know in the comments, and be sure to stay tuned, Brochio, for more Pikmin news. Because now that there's 5 of them, we can rank them.